This is Jimmy.
Nuclear launch detected.
Right on.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today on Dominator, it's going to be one heck of a game from Artosis. Going to be a TVZ that a subscriber requested that I cast. Alright, so in the Discord server, Tipo said, holy smokes, Falcon has to ask for a replay from Artosis. His opponent was a Zerg player. I don't think I've ever seen an ending like that ever. So I said, I'll ask. So I did, and Artosis sent me the replay. No questions asked, dude. He is a super cool dude. Woo, go check him out. There are links in the description to his channels on YouTube as well as his Twitch stream. Go follow him. Go subscribe to him. Let him know that Falcon sent you. And on the right side, it is a red Terran player today on Dominator. It is Artosis under his well-known Smurf name, Valks. In the bottom-ish of Dominator, it is our orange Zerg player. It's Barcode. So we can call him Barcode, but apparently his BattleNet name is JSH. We can call him Josh, maybe. I don't think that doxes him at all because there's also a like 5-digit number that comes after that. I'm not going to tell you what that is, but anywho, what do we got here, dude? Random, I don't know, S rank, A rank Brood War ladder from 2025. Absolutely bonkers stuff here. Tipo loved it. Artosis said it was a crazy game too. So we're going to cast it here on the channel. Hit that like button if you're excited and hyped to see what is going to go on here in this TVZ featuring 2 A rank or low S rank players at first in it. Here at 11 supply, into pool, into gas maybe? Oh, maybe. Maybe we're going to do a third rehatch before gas play here against Artosis. Do we think the Zerg player knows this is Artosis? Again, Valks is a name that he uses a lot. So I think maybe he does. Anyway, just scouting with that drone. Got ourselves a pool and extractor coming up at the right time here. Fully walling off here in case it's a pool first play. People do like cheesing Artosis. And they like cheesing everybody on the ladder, right? It's just Artosis' reactions make it funny. Marine. No. Lifting off so we can scout and then landing. And then Marine. There we go. Marine and then expand. Here at 17 supply. Everything is A-OK, okie dokie here on Dominator. Overlord scouting the right direction, right? So he knows. He knows it's not a command center first play. He knows it's not a 2 racks opening or a 3 racks opening. You don't have to worry about a lot of Marines showing up anytime soon, so you can take a third base at your leisure here. But third bases are for losers. 2 base Mutalisk openings are for winners. Here says Josh. Are we going to do mech here? Nope, there's an academy. Okay, fair enough indeed. So it's going to be SK Terran, at least in the initial stages of this TVZ. But Artosis does like to transition into mech or open mech in TVZs. So we will see. We will see if he sticks to the SK Terran. He sprinkles some tanks in because of Hydralisks that the Zerg makes. Metabolic boost on the way. Sees the Spire timing. Sub 4 minutes. A little bit fast. Okay. And gets out with the skin on his back and the suit on his body. Do we call it a suit? Or just call it a, I guess like a mecha suit? Uh-oh, now we're dead. Speed is kicked in. Oh, hang on a second. Do you let him go? Oh! Oh, man. He got lost. You lost him, Steve the SCV. You're alive. Wow, excellent job there. So, stim coming up. And then range. And then a +1 here for the Engineering Bay. Comsat Station. Everything is A-OK here in Artosis land. Macro hatch. Okay, so we're going to lean heavily into Mutisks here. Mutisks? Mutalisks or Mutos. Those are the options, Falcon's brain. We can't call them Mutisks. Nobody knows what you're talking about in that situation. Lings pop in. Marines say, hey, we don't have stim yet, but we will shoot you with our guns regardless, friend. But yeah, Metal Bulk, this is a... No, you know what? That's a timing, not for a fast +1. That's timing to get turrets up. Because the Mutas are on their way now. So yeah, 4 Mutalisks on the way. Turret production needs to begin post-haste. Like now. Here we go. Nope, that's a supply depot. But really, we need some turrets now. Range coming in for the Marines. They're not going to have range for a while. It's kind of a nightmare scenario at this point. He tries to see. Okay, no Hydra Den. Nothing crazy. So +1 Carapace coming in because, again, we're making a lot of Mutas. We don't get that third hatch if we're just planning on using it for drones or Hydras or something. Not in this matchup. So, yeah, this is more than the 5 or 6. This is 5 now, but I'm going to bet dollars to donuts here that we get more Mutalisks out in production. How's the Terran doing back home? He's getting turrets. Turret up at the front. 3 turrets there. He recognizes the investment here, right? So we're going to get extra turrets here by the barracks, too. 2 barracks. Marines are going to have to cover kind of both directions here, which totally sucks. And a third base is coming in at about 6.5 minutes from the Zerg up the left side. All right, Josh. Pretty standard opening. Pretty crisp timings. I'm liking that. Letting that SCV get away was a bit of a problem, but, you know, we're not going to freak out about it too much. Mutas. Not enough Mutas to really 2-volley down. Not the greatest Muta stacking either here, too. But, again, this is not Queen, right? We're not fighting against Soma or Sulky here. We're fighting against Josh. This is the level we're at right now. Factory coming in. Probably just going to be for the starport. Probably going to be for the science facility. You know how this works with the SK Terran opening. And so far, so good. I mean, everything's fine, right? Hydra Den, Queen's Nest at 7 minutes. Big fan of this from Josh. Not going to try to make Mutas work forever, although I have cast a couple games during the live streams that I've done 6 days a week over the last 3 or 4 months now. Falcon's a full-time live streamer now. Come say hey. We cast pro replays for half the stream. We do live games with subscribers for the second half of the game. It's really fun. Free-for-alls, Phantom mode, Hero 7v1. We play against the AI sometimes in a SATCOM defense kind of a thing. Anyway, point is, I have cast a couple games recently where Queen has just been like, I'm making Mutalisks and you're dying. Playing against somebody, I mean, like Light, for example. Do you expect Light to die in that situation? Not really. Light's an elite Terran player, one of the best in the world, and has been for a very long time. But yeah, Queen's just like, I'm going to get you down to like 19 SCVs. I'm going to have 40 workers. The Muta harass is going to be constant and never ending. And you're going to wish you were dead, and then you're going to die. So I'm just saying, I don't think that's what we're doing here. He could go for it, right? It's a viable strategy, but he's going for a hive. Here at 8.5 minutes instead. Extractor coming up at the third base. Gas, gas, gas. Gonna step on the gas. That's what we're doing here as a Zerg player, right? A lot of gas. Gonna get Defiler Mound. Gonna get an Ultralisk Cavern, probably. And try to get this third base thing happening with Artosis being unable to shut it down. Science facility is coming in. There we go. Double starport, double science vessel here. Irradiate's going to get researched. Probably starting now, if I had to guess. We've got the resources for it, but also these Mutas are trying to kill our turrets. They don't have a +1 attack. They have a +1 Carapace. So they can't kill these turrets as fast as if they had the +1 attack, but they get both of them down anyway. They're parked on top of the racks. Come on, Artosis. Let's get that Irradiate going, sir. We can do it. He's making double Science Vessel, which is great. Now he doesn't have the resources. There it is. He doesn't have the resources to make Irradiate because he started Irradiate. Good on him. A little bit later, I think, than he would want, but the Mutas were burning his turrets down, so he had to respond to that. And there's only so much stuff you can do at the same time in a game of StarCraft Brood War. Defiler Mound getting fired up. Got the Hydras, immediately tossing them into Lurkers here. Just turning them into Lurkers instantaneously. We got adrenal glands coming in. This Zerg player, he's got a plan. And he is sticking to it right now. This is Dominator. It's a map where you expand around the outside. You have these really dumb bases here on low ground that you can get high grounded from multiple angles on, and it's not fun. But we see players take these bases anyway. Like, we see Protoss take this as their third base, and I just don't understand. I don't think it's a good idea. Consume is on the way. Mutas with that Carapace upgrade, doing all right. Marines with +1 attack. Radiates are ready to go. Hang on. Just kidding. Not enough ready to go. Not enough energy for that. Dive bombing in. 4 turrets protecting this top side of the main. Swooping on in. Only 6 mutas here, so going after the SCVs, building the supply depots rather than going after the turrets themselves. So we are Ling mutaing until we can get into Defilers, until we can get into possibly Ultralisks, getting a Nidus Canal to connect, yep, the third base and the natural base. It's a very small distance to Nidus, honestly. Maybe he's planning on putting it here and then putting it up here or something. In that top left spawn location here on Dominator. But yeah, and again, I'm doing live streams here on YouTube, simulcasting them. Oh, it's to the main base. That's fine. To twitch.tv/Falcon as well. So, Falcon Paladin as well. So come say hello. We're doing a lot of fun stuff out there. 6 days a week. Taking Wednesdays off, but Saturday, Sunday, every other day, we get some streaming, man. 4-hour streams. It's a good time. You need more StarCraft in your life. From Falcon, well, now's the time to get it. There's the Irradiate. The double Irradiate is harder to deal with, and pretty great split. I think I'll give that triple Irradiate. I'll give that an A. I think he split those off pretty effectively. Not bad here from Josh with 320 APM. He's playing fast, and like I said, he's got a plan. He's got Adrenalings. He's got Consume. He's getting Plague at 11 minutes. Let's see if he can get a 4th base going. Let's see if Artosis is going to be able to knock down his 3rd. Ooh, maybe drop into his main. Got those dropships out here, too. Starports are not entirely just for science vessels. Drops are good. Big fan of the drops. He scans it, which is telling the Zerg player maybe there's a drop coming. Bit of advance warning this is happening here. Overlord sees it, too. Response is Defiler wiggling his way in here. 1 Overlord down. Can we get the spawning pool? Can we get the spawning pool? The response is a little bit late on the stim in here. There's the Dark Swarm. There's the Lurkers. Trying to go around the outside here. Science Vessel down. Irradiate on the Defiler. He's not dead yet, and he gets another beautiful Dark Swarm up. Amazing position here from Josh, but buildings are not protected by Dark Swarm. Can we get the Evolution Chamber? Can we deny a Carapace upgrade? Can we get the... Nope, we can't get anything. All right. Wait, hold on. Carapace upgrade is denied. Yes, it is denied. Plus, that Lurker died. Nice target firing there. Got a Carapace level 1 upgrade down. Beautiful stuff. Not going to get anything else here. Macroing up this way. An expansion up the left side here from Josh. Charge it into a bunch of Lurkers with just Marines and Medics. Bad times. 2 Lurkers, maybe more doable, especially if you kill one of them with a Radiate. The Science Vessel does not have the energy for that. That guy trapped as other people made it home inside the dropships. And by that, I mean nobody got seats inside the dropships. They left those Marines to die by themselves. Ultralisk Cavern on the way here at 1320. Or I guess it started before that. And a macro hatch. So, yeah, upgrade died. Super crazy levels of annoying for sure. Overlord getting sniped. Supply blocking. No. Yes, actually. 92 out of 92 supply. It's not red. It doesn't look like a supply block at first glance, but it totally is. So these Lings are Adrenalings. They'd have a Carapace upgrade by now, except for the death of the Evolution Chamber, which is great. 3rd base coming in from Artosis down the left side, making more command centers. Fire Bats added to the mix. Plague all over these red Marines. Absolutely problematic here. Getting plagued on top of your Marines, on top of your Fire Bats. Upgrades are at 2 attack and 1 armor. Pretty good upgrading from Artosis so far. He's got himself a melee attack upgrade. Good snipe on a Science Vessel. You really don't want to park these guys out in front like this. I know it's for vision purposes, but man, it's so easy for Scourge just to wander in and wipe out your Science Vessels. You want to poke them in and then pull them back. Just get intermittent looks at it. Don't try to poke them at the right out in front or bad things will happen. Another supply block. And this 4th base dies. Artosis, let's go. That's the one. Okay, so Artosis is on 3 bases. Zerg player on 3 bases. 4th base of the Zerg player gets denied. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Actually kill it, though. Oh, I guess free mutas are fine. We can do both. Porque no los dos. Ultralisks are out. Lurkers are here. Kindness plating is not done yet. Another science vessel goes down. Just a little bit lazy on the movement out, but getting everybody down that ramp is a very hard thing to do. Pathing is an absolute terror. So Zerg players should lose from here, honestly. You kill your Zerg opponent's fourth base, you're on even base count against them. That should be the end of the road as far as the Terran is concerned, but you saw the length of this replay, right? You know it's not over right here, unless it's a sneaky twofer. Fourth base coming in from Artosis. Zergling says, oh, you got a third base. Bad. Fourth base, he takes the low grounder. I mean, I don't know. It feels like a trap. It feels like a trap. It really does, these bases. But it's close to home. It's kind of easily defended. Yeah, it's only minerals, and that's kind of bad, but minerals are good. We're making a lot of Marines in this strategy. 160 to 103 supply in favor of Artosis here, looking good. I do maintain always that he would be firmly in S rank if he banned TTS on his stream, because I think it distracts him so much. Anyway, drop it in. No, yes, absolutely not. These guys are irradiating things. Dropship decides not to go there, but perhaps head up to the third base on the left side as well. There are no lurkers here. Ultras are chasing you, though, and that's pretty bad. So he decides, to lose an entirely full dropship. Maybe full dropship, maybe empty dropship. This one was full. The pickup would be nice here, but that's not going to happen at all. Cool. Dropship dies. Everybody on the ground dies. This guy's doing a bit of a jig. Doesn't know where he belongs in this world until he finds it. That's always nice to see them find their place in this world. Would that we all could find our place in the world as easily. Irradiates on the Ultralisks are coming fast and hot and strong. So many Lings are dying because they're cuddling up against those irradiated Ultralisks, but then the science vessels are dying because they're not being babysat at all. StarCraft is a very hard game. Very hard game. You see somebody do that, and you're like, you know, Artosis is doing 10 other things at once. He's got 250 APM. He's fighting his face off right now. He can't do everything perfectly. Nobody can do everything perfectly, right? We see mistakes in the highest level games of StarCraft. He who wins a game of StarCraft is not he who makes no mistakes, but he who makes the fewest mistakes. New fourth base coming up the left side, getting dropped. This should be saved this time because there's an Ultralisk in the general vicinity. It's got range, it's got 4 armor, and it can kill every single one of you without lurker support. Actually, maybe he does need lurker support here. That was kind of nuts. Saved it. Dropship hanging out. Not sure what it's up to. Base up the top side. Apparently, there was a ninja attempt of an expanse up here from Josh. No, not allowed. Overlords keeping an eye on potential dropship paths down here towards the south. And this is it. Zerg player has everything he needs. He's got Ultras, he's got Lings, he's got Defilers. The end. I guess Scourge are important too. He has Scourge. This is it. This is end game for the Zerg player here at 17 minutes. He's got all the tools. He's chasing this so that Scourge can murder it. So many dropships have died today. So many dropships have died. 4 bases for the Zerg. 5 bases for Artosis, man. 3, 4. 4 bases. Right, I know how to count. I graduated from elementary school back in the year 1990. Sure did. Actually, was that 1990 I graduated from elementary school? No, it was not. It was closer to... whatever. Big engagement. Nice. Pull back and saving those science vessels from the Scourge. Looking good. Looking big. Beefy. Looking like a Terran army that nobody wants to mess with. +3, +2 on the upgrades here for these Marines. The fire bats as well, getting some work done. Battle cruisers are operational. All you got to do to make BCs is add a tech lab to your science facility, and then bam, BCs are coming out. He's working on Yamato as well. Is this an example of the battle cruiser curse in action? Artosis is up 50 supplies going into battle cruisers. These Ultras do have no Dark Swarm at all. 1 Science Vessel dies for about 6 Scourge. That's a fair trade. Plague and Dark Swarm simultaneously. Base is saved. I take it back. I didn't think there was enough to save it, but there's a Nidus, so there's always enough to save every base that has a Nidus at it, right? Right. Are you hurting this Defiler by being too close? Oh, he got his own irradiate. Right. Okay, these Lings are doing a weird hopping. Like, they weren't running. They were like, hop, 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 hop. Unsupported Ultralisks attacking, sure, why not? Million Scourge catching the entirely stationary science vessels. Well, this is how you get back in this game if you're a Zerg player, right? You kill a ton of science vessels, you murder every Marine you see, you kill a ton of medics, you get within 40 supply of the Terran player, and everything's a-okay. Where are my battle cruisers at? Here they are. Here they are. Are they given any attack upgrades? No. Armor upgrades? Absolutely not. Will they be sent off on their own? On a magical mystery tour? I guess we'll find out, won't we? Okay, well, that's super death. This base looks like it's gonna die. I don't see any adequate defense to deal with this many Lings and Ultras. SCVs are trying to body block the ramp just for a little bit. And the battle cruisers are like, we can handle this infestation, sir. And it's like, well, but can you, though? It's a lot of stuff. And yes, you hit the Ultras hard, but it's a lot of shots from a battle cruiser to kill an Ultra. And plus, if they're inside Dark Swarm, you're doing no damage at all. So the bunkers die, the SCVs retreat, the base has to get lifted off, unless the battle cruisers are covering it. Hang on, you don't have to lift off here. You still have some gas income because of the battle cruisers providing this value. That's actually pretty good. Working on ship weapons, working on Colossus Reactor 2, triple pumping battle cruisers here against Ling Ultra. Okay. Well, I don't know what to expect from that. Oh, this right side fourth base in a lot of trouble. Again, Ultralisk without support of Dark Swarm, not going to do incredibly well. But they're really tanky, hard to take down. Just not impossible, as we can see there. Dark Swarm would have been fantastic. Firebats running out ahead of the group, eager to barbecue these Lings that do have 2-1 upgrades against a 3-3. Artosis upgrades are amazing. That +1 Carapace upgrade did get denied by that drop inside the main base. So, I mean, that's one reason why the Zerg player is down on Carapace upgrades. Because of that denial, which was very cool. Another scan, sees this base is coming in. Zerg player takes low ground base just for the fun of it, as one does in a 21-minute TVZ against Artosis. Lings and Ultras, not enough to take down that command center or face a liftoff. Face a liftoff, force a liftoff. Where is the Dark Swarm? This man needs more defilers. I'm just saying. Yep, that's another hatch down. So I think that's 3 hatcheries killed today. He retakes this base at the 1 o'clock. Absolutely unhinged behavior by him. Scans in, sees these lurkers, and it's Hydras. It is Hydras. It is Hydra meta. Maybe with the Hydra meta, you want to start adding some tanks into your setup. Once there are more Hydras and the Plague starts coming down on your battle cruisers, the battle cruisers will die very easily. Also, if the Plague starts coming down on your science vessels, they will die to Hydras easily too. That's why we make the Hydras in the current Hydra meta of TVZ, is because they can kill things that fly from a greater distance than Scourge can do it. Or Mutalisks, for that matter. Okay, he's working on range for Hydras, Carapace upgrade, attack upgrades. Cool. The Lings will get a +2 attack eventually. I mean, +3. They already have the +2. I love sending an Ultralisk down here to see what's going on. But Nidus, again, infinite reinforcements coming in. What is this about exactly? These guys are waiting for the Zerg player to expand here, and then they'll kill it. They've been packed up there for a while, and I'm not sure that there's really any intent to do that from Josh here. This group of dudes needs to run. They don't have enough support there. Command center probably has to lift off. There it goes. So yeah, I think the rest of this game is just going to be expanding, mining bases out. That is the biggest fleet of battle cruisers I've seen in a TVZ in a long while. There's an old game that I cast on Christmas back in like 2017 between Effort and somebody. I can't remember who the Terran player was, but he made this many BCs in a TVZ, and it was amazing. If you want that game, ask me for it. I'll link it to you. But it's an older one. Massive Plague Ooh. Absolutely soul-crushing, mind-bending Plague there. It's kind of hard to see sometimes on the red units, but it's there, believe you me. Plague is on like 90% of that entire giant ball. The medics are moving, because if they stop like this, they're going to drain all that energy trying to heal these guys that are already actively plagued. A Plague on the side, or the battle cruisers would be nice, and there it is. And a Dark Swarm on the Hydra is also very nice. See, it's got to be tanks, right? At this point, the Hydra meta is here. We got to start adding tanks into this comp. Hydras inside Dark Swarm are pretty good, y'all. 198 to 135 supply. Terran is up big time, but a lot of that supply is Marines. That doesn't trade very well when they're plagued and when there are Hydras causing them issues there too. Firebat inside the Dark Swarm says, what was that about being inside Dark Swarm? Those Hydras, ha! They think they're safe in there. They are not. Ultralisk is like, all right, Firebat, get out of here so the Hydras can claim their rightful place. Battle Cruisers in a bigger group than 2. I'll give them credit for being more than 2 Battle Cruisers right here. Trying to supply block the Zerg player again. There is a bit of a Lurker Dark Swarm attack here on the 4th base or 3rd base of Artosis. It's not doing a lot because there's a hard wall there, so that's a good hold. Yeah, this feels like an Artosis win. Great Plague, but this game is not over yet. Ooh, he sniped the Nidus Canal. Nice target firing there. Defilers, a little late to the game here. What do you want to cast? Nothing? Okay, Defiler just straight up dies. Really important that you cast something there. Plague would have been fine. Dark Swarm would have been better. But all right, see now with the plagued battle cruisers and the Hydra attacks, and the battle cruisers die so easily. So there you go, BCs. I don't know. They killed some stuff. They Amatoed a Nidus Canal. They injured this hatchery a whole lot. This is one heck of a scrappy game already at 25 minutes. Lurkers burrowing into this mineral line of the 3rd base. And have we been irradiated? Not even a little bit. Oh boy. SCVs meeting their maker in disturbing amounts here. 12 kills on that Lurker. 5 kills on this one. Step it up, Lurker Sensei. Oh, okay. One more dies on the way out, but the rest of them should be safe for now. Does he scan? Where's he scanning? I don't know. Lots of scanning is happening, though. Oh, he scanned. Wait, how did these guys die? Maybe they were actually irradiated and I'm just blind. Sometimes that happens. 3 more battle cruisers on the way. We are committed to the battle cruisers. Expanding up the right side. Still nothing actually defending that. You could send like 2 wings down here and cause a major panic. But also you want to engage in the middle of the map, which you really don't, right? You don't want to engage in the middle of the map if you're a Zerg player in a TVZ. You want to engage at a base. Or at a base. Or maybe defending a base. You don't want to engage out here. Because the Terran player just runs away. They run away, and you can't kill them because they're running away. And these medics have not... I mean, some of them actually have a decent amount of energy. Surprising amounts of energy on these medics, considering they've been dealing with Plague for as long as they have. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Little Dark Swarm Lurker action. This base gets abandoned as well. So this base is back, but this base is evac'd. Hydralisk outside of the Dark Swarm. Not as strong now, are you, sucker? Blarg. 182 to 126 supply. This base is still amazing. I don't think Artosis knows about this, except attacks keep coming over this bridge. So you would assume he knows what's over here. Anyway, kill the Nidus. Target the Nidus. Stuff's coming out of the Nidus. Okay, we're not doing that, and therefore this is an unbreakable base now. Dang it. Could have targeted the Nidus. There's so much other stuff to worry about, though. I know. Another attack. No Dark Swarm here. Defiler says, I'm just going to get shot. Oh, he does toss down a Dark Swarm at the very last second in a weird spot. Like, either put it on top of the command center or put it over here. I don't know that putting it here is going to help all that much, but also, the old Defiler was going to die. Command center are going to die to these Hydras, too, with all of their +1 attack. Wee-haw. Battle cruisers running free inside the main base of the Zerg. Sure. They've got 8 and 7 kills, respectively. They're putting some work in. This base is not coming back. This base can't come back because it's dead. Maybe lifting the command center from the main and putting it over here would be a fine idea at this stage of the game. Quite possibly, yes. Restoration getting researched. These Hydras are like, screw Plague. Screw Dark Swarm. We're just going to kill you because we're Hydralisks. And that's exactly what happened. It's like Dragoons fighting battle cruisers, except not quite as good. Anyway, this base, nope. We're going to get an infested command center today. I feel like that's in the cards here, right? Josh is down 50 supply this entire game. And yet, he's been knocking down the economy of Artosis piece by piece by piece. Artosis is on 1 mining base right now and 38 SCVs. Meanwhile, Zerg players on 3 mining bases and 49 drones, so the economy is way better, even if the army is struggling a lot. Nope, just a handful of cracklings. They were given their +3 attack eventually. Earlier, at some point, couple SCVs die. These guys show up. There is an attack up this way. Nidus, we need the Nidus. Dark Swarm a thing, Plague a thing. All right, there's the Dark Swarm. And then, yeah, Nidus Canals, dude. I know there's a list of overpowered stuff in StarCraft, and for Zerg, you probably say Plague and Dark Swarm. Especially Dark Swarm and Consume. But I really think Nidus Canals deserve their place in things that Terran and Protoss players complain about endlessly. Because, again, I keep saying this, but if there's a Nidus Canal at a base, it is infinitely defended forever. No matter what you bring to kill it, the Zerg will pop out enough to defend with it. It's insane. And the best attackers will kill that Nidus. The first firing shots will come at that Nidus because of what it represents. Anyway, no Dark Swarm here, so this is going to go poorly for the Zerg. That was an actually really, really bad engagement. Army, like, sitting at one of his own bases. No Dark Swarms, no Plagues assisting whatsoever. That's not how you're going to win this game, Josh. You know that. EMP's coming in. Sure. I guess you want to EMP the Defilers? You want to EMP the... This base is in a lot of trouble. Queens that don't exist yet. Usually EMP is a response to Queens. But nobody's making Queens against SK Terran unless... Nice Plague. Nice Restoration. Beautifully restored. Ah, so nice. What a great sound effect. What was I going to say? Something about SK Terran unless... You're not going to do EMP as SK Terran unless there are Queens. Unless the Queens are here to ensnare your Marines. Which, whatever. Battle cruisers catch a Plague. Yamato! The Defiler. Yamatoing the guy that hurt you and then taking out... Is that another Defiler? 2 Defilers get Yamatoed. Hydras can fight against battle cruisers. Not like this. Get inside the Dark Swarm. Yeah, there it is. Nidus Canal snipe. Now you're in a lot of trouble, especially because you walked outside of the Dark Swarm, you absolute idiot. What are you doing here? Now we have to run reinforcements up here like cavemen to save it because the Nidus Canal got sniped. Absolutely incredible stuff. Drones pulling off to the left side. These ultras are just kind of killing random medics and getting inside this mineral line. And fully upgraded ultras, sir. They are a scary, scary sight to behold. Yamatoing another Defiler as another Plague gets tossed down. It's a very injured battle cruiser. Not irradiated this Ultralisk, so he's not doing any biological splash damage. This guy is, though. Worker count is 30 for Artosis right now. Irradiate, 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 irradiate. This is the most chaotic TVZ I've seen in a while. Artosis is not giving up. The Zerg player has kind of stopped using Dark Swarm a little bit. The new Nidus would be fine. I don't know where he'd want to build the other one, though. Maybe here-ish? Oh, this one. That one is... popping here, probably? Yeah, that would make sense. You know what's cool in StarCraft 2 is all the Niduses are controlled and, like, connected. So if you pop a Nidus Swarm somewhere, it talks to this Nidus Swarm, it talks to this Nidus Swarm, it talks to this Nidus Swarm. All of them are together. So it's really, really nice. Wait, did he toss Restoration down on those Lurker eggs so that he could get up the ramp without taking irradiate damage? That's really interesting. I've never seen that before. Lurkers, Hydras, marching in to the main base of Artosis. His production is under a lot of duress right now. Hatch gonna go down, but also there's Hydra Lurkers causing all sorts of problems for your natural base. Marines are trying to respond to this. They're catching Plagues. They're eating Lurker Spines. That's the worst 1-2 combo you can possibly ask for here. Yeah, just there you go. Take out the starports so that no more battle cruisers can be built. Take out the barracks. Snipe some of these science vessels that have already been hit once by Scourge. We are radiating individual Hydralisks right now, sir. That's how desperate a position this is. Okay, so Zerg player's mining here, and that's it. One base mining, and Artosis is mining here, which is not very much either. And this base is also under attack by Hydra Lurker. No Defilers at this play, but the Hydra count is kind of enough. Look at these science vessels getting picked off by these Hydras. kill this guy or burrow him or run him away or something. He's not providing any value for her anymore. All right, well, Jaedong will just turn and snipe that Hydralisk as soon as he gets plagued because, come on, the Swarm recognizes that it's worth killing one Hydra to prevent the splash damage of Irradiate from harming the rest of the Swarm, right? Yeah, if the Overmind was still alive, that's what would happen. So, Artosis has 129 minerals and no other income. No, hang on, he's landed. I think that is not the main command center. I don't know what it is. Maybe it came from up here, except that one still exists. Wherever this command center came from, it exists, and mining is possible for minerals right now. Zerg player mining out over on this left side. Can he take a new base anywhere? He's checking his, maybe he can go here again, but I'm pretty sure that's somewhere Artosis is going to check. Firebat runs out, gets nothing done against fully upgraded Cracklings. Yeah, this base is dead because there's a lurker parked over here. A lurker. So he's going to long distance mine for this trip. Ugh, are we dodging spines? Not necessarily, no. Yeah, moving targets against lurkers, not bad. Not a bad way to kind of deal with them. Artosis has 0 minerals. 0. But he's up big time. A Dark Swarm, nice plague. Fall back, it's a plague. We don't have anything to really deal. Never mind. Dark Swarm Hydra will deal with the battle cruisers. Thank you. And that's a lift off. SCV is coming into an absolute nightmare scenario. Get out of there now, boys. Another plague. A Yamato on a Defiler to get revenge for being taken down to absolutely 2 hit points. Marching into the main base again. Here comes the Zerg player. He plagues some of his own lings, which is an annoyance. But if nothing actually attacks them, it's probably okay. Defiler, man, I would honestly, dude, you have so much energy. Plague a thing, Dark Swarm a thing. Do something before you just get Yamato'd. Tossing a Dark Swarm down here would be fine. You could do that. Why are you hiding? You're going to get Yamato'd by something. We're repairing the battle cruisers, repairing the command center desperately. Zerg player still does not have a new base. He's long distance mining from his low ground minerals only base just outside of his own main. It's 72 to 66 overall supply. A lot of that is army for Artosis. If we look at the difference between that and the worker count here in this game, 11 SCVs remain. Hydras do not stand and fight against stimmed Marines with 3-3. I'm sorry. Lurkers are a major problem because there is one ComSat station on the entire map now for Artosis, and it just used the last of its 50 energy to get a scan off. And now you don't have enough energy for anything. So the Hydras die, but the Lurkers defending this base for now. Emphasis on the for now aspect of it. The long distance mining continues. You could probably just build a hatch here. You have 800 minerals. Sir Josh, I don't know what the plan is right now. $69 to $56 supply here at 38 minutes. We are not done here, folks. It is the lowest of low econ plays here from both players. Got all of 11 SCVs mining from 4 mineral patches of maybe a couple hundred, 300 minerals a piece on those mineral fields. Long distance mining for the Zerg player Josh as well. And now he's up. So he's got 36 drones, but that's oversaturating this space heavily. So we are going to do some long distance mining from here as well. He's got a bunch of cash. He's producing absolutely nothing. Finally fires up 4 lurkers. Artosis says, I can't sit back and wait to die. I have to move out. I have to see what's going on out here. If there's a base, I really should try to kill it with these, 5 Marines and a Firebat. And a couple medics. Probably not, actually. Yeah, Dark Swarm is up. Firebat still causing some issues in there. Drone not getting pulled at all. Dude, that Firebat. Oh, that Firebat. Where is he? 8 kills on him. Did he get 9? He might have gotten 9. Worker count down to 23. Still, probably more than our barcode Zerg player needs. The long distance mining is happening. Is expanding up the left side, far away from the Terran. The battle cruisers are being repaired. He believes in what the battle cruisers can do for him against this army that doesn't have a lot of Defilers, doesn't have any Scourge. Could maybe fire up some Scourge, but instead goes for an Ultralisk. Goes for more Hydras. He can Dark Swarm this area, and the, 3 Hydras that are sitting here can deal with any battlecruiser harass. 'Tis the nature of Dark Swarm, right? And that'll buy you enough time to make another Defiler. 3 of these boys are wiggling down this way. Dude, jumping on this base would be so huge. Every command center that dies is such a problem. So the battlecruiser group comes in. Plague catches the battlecruiser. Yamato's individual Hydralisks. That's how important this is. Arita's going to base race right now, folks. Kind of feels like we are. Dark Swarm, before you die. Friggin' Defiler, do a thing. Plague a thing. Dark Swarm, a thing. Maybe you don't actually have to do that. Can you kill this battlecruiser as he runs? Yes. Can you kill this command center as it runs with +3 attack? Dude, these SCVs of Artosis are dead. 0 SCVs remain. This base goes down for the Zerg player. What is it? 0 SCVs. How many command centers are there? How many command centers are there? 1. 1 CC exists. There is money to build SCVs, so Artosis can recover from this position. He lifts off everything he can in his main and is retreating it from this spot. Just floating it out. Trying to win this game just by buying enough time for his battlecruisers to kill everything. They do find this base top left for Josh. Josh does have enough money for a new command or a new Nexus command center. What's the last thing it could be? Falcon's brain. A hatchery down here at the 6 o'clock. That's the one. I don't know if you can supply block Artosis right now. The man is at 33 supply. Barracks trying to fly away. Dead to +3/+3 Hydras. These buildings are dying. They say never base race a Terran, but this is why. Oh, there's 2 command centers. There are 2 CCs. This one is here, and this one is here. He's making SCVs with his money. He is now supply blocked. So yes, he did get supply blocked, which is a major problem. Left side base going to go down. Fairly defunct, nothing to really worry about there at all. But yeah, the floating buildings, if you don't have a Spire, if you don't have a Mutalisk or anything to deal with that, it's not happening. Dude, we're at 42 minutes, and we are on poverty economy right now, guys. Holy cow, what a game this is. Hit that like button if you're enjoying it. Did you set apart like an hour of your day? Like you saw this post and you're like, I don't have an hour now, but I'm going to watch this later. Yeah, you should, because I don't know what happens in this game. I'm just being told again. I've never seen an ending like this before from Tipo. So I believe this guy. He's cool. Battle cruisers trying to find important stuff to kill, right? Nidus canals, tech structures, Hydralisk den, Spire, good targets to go after. Drones are also good to kill as long as you're here. Right? There you go. Another drone goes down. Guess who found this base? Yeah, the Zerg player did. Force the lift off there. And more SCVs are dying. And it's a supply block. And my gosh, this is such a bad position for Artosis. How does he win from here? He wins from here by killing the Hydra Den and the Spire and doing his ever-loving best to make sure they never come back up again. Is he going to do it? He seems to be more interested in taking down a depleted extractor. There we go. Discovered the Spire is here. Decided that is priority number 1. Public enemy number 1. But this base is also public enemy number 1. It's very scary. Throw up a Dark Swarm now. Just throw up a Dark Swarm now. Just do it now. Do it now. It's like, oh, but I also want to get a Plague off. Go away, split that off. Such a delicate dance here. Okay, you're going to get mottoed. Cast something. Ugh. You have to just throw down a Dark Swarm there. You cannot let a full energy Defiler die without having done anything at all. Relatively healthy battle cruiser up here harassing a little bit. Defiler Mound, spawning pool going to die too. Hydra Den would be a nice one to snipe, but it's kind of on the other side of the creep here. He's Yamatoing individual Hydras, which again, you don't really see in games of StarCraft all that much, right? Yeah, I mean, these battlecruisers are hiding inside the fog of war as much as they can, saving up energy. Ultralisk Cavern getting sniped out. I don't think that's the concern here. New Spire coming up. Yamato's another Hydralisk. This gas is a pretty big deal right now. I'd put maybe 1 on gas. 6 drones remain. Okay. Dark Swarm. Excellent. So far, so good. Hydra Den does get found and taken down. 44 minutes. Zerg player's tech is, we've got a Spire on the way, and there's an Ultralisk Cavern, which is not going to do much against these BCs. Is Artosis going to try? He's got Overlords following these buildings and kind of perched in different spots, too, to keep an eye on things. There is a command center, right? Yes, one right there. So there is a point where you come down. No, because you can't build a supply depot anymore. Oh, some of these battle cruisers are going to have to die to free up the supply to make an SCV to build a supply depot. Oh, this is bad. He's Yamatoing the individual Hydras. Again, this map has this little high ground position that is so impossible to deal with. Mutas being produced. These drones need to get out. They have to get out. They have to get out. Oh, Josh is making major mistakes here, and that was it. No drones remain for the Zerg. Not enough money to make more drones for the Zerg. That Muta pops out and dies. This one gets Yamatoed. Artosis has done it. It's over. That Muta dies too. You just spent 300 minerals and 300 gas and built the Mutas here? Why wouldn't you build them at a place where the battle cruisers are not parked on top of? Okay. So I think the battle cruisers just win. I think they just Yamato down each individual Hydralisk. They get enough energy to go for Yamatos. It's going to take a minute, right? But Yamato every Hydralisk down. The Zerg player can't build anything from this point. No drones. 6 minerals. That's it. So yeah, it's over. I mean, at the very, very best, the Zerg player can hope for a draw. That's all he can hope for, because you can't get to these buildings. You don't have any flying stuff. That's what those Mutas were all about. Those Mutas getting sniped was a huge moment for Artosis. If one Muta exists, it can harass these buildings, get them into burning eventually, and win him the game. But the idiot built the Mutas at the base where the battle cruisers were harassing. Really should have built it over here instead, and then maybe the 3 Mutas are alive and they're attacking these buildings and forcing the battle cruisers to respond to this thing. I mean, it's a totally, totally different game if those Mutas are alive. So, yeah, Zerg player, can you win this from this position? I don't think so. This comes down to Yamato, 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 Yamato. All the Hydras die. Nothing can kill the BCs. These Lings and Ultras and Defilers are relatively impotent. Oh, getting jumped on. Oh gosh, one of them died. 2 of the battle cruisers died, and a play gets tossed off. Oh no. Oh no. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Still not available supply to make an SCV though. Got to keep that in mind. Battle cruisers, they take 2 plagues to bring them down to like 0 hit points. They are very, very beefy. Wow. Yeah, being out there in the middle of the map like that was incredibly dangerous. Ah, that Terran music, it's so good, isn't it? Barracks has no chance to survive. Make your time. Hydra count's a little hefty, but every Hydra that dies is never coming back. We have to keep that in mind. God, this reminds me of another game I got from the Gosu Gamers Replay Pack that was like, it was a Zerg and a Protoss, and the Zerg was doing super long distance mining, and the Protoss had like a Reaver. I'm trying to remember who the players were in that one, but I should be able to pull that up for you if you want it as well. Battle cruisers hunting Zerg buildings, because again, how do you win? You kill the opponent's structures. That's the win condition in StarCraft. Right? That extractor dies. These buildings die. These buildings die. And these buildings die. And that's it. It's over. So the Hydras are going to try to camp their structures on some level. Did their Defiler get Yamatoed? No, this Defiler is alive somehow. This Defiler needs to be the most careful Defiler in the history of Defilers. Because if it dies, I honestly don't know how this goes from there, from the Zerg. He's got a little bit of a chance to force a draw here at 49 minutes, but that's it. right? Best he can hope for. Hydras jump in from both angles. No, Yamato does catch a Hydra, but all the battle cruisers die. What a trap was sprung there by Josh. Absolutely incredible play. Okay. Now, do you have a drone, says Artosis? Now, technically, the command center can land, build an SCV, and get back on his feet. The problem is, these Hydras are going to keep an eye on this forever. If you have a drone, bring it to my science vessel and I will leave, says Artosis. That's right. If he has a drone, he wins. The man does not have a drone. He does not have a drone. In StarCraft 2, there is a draw condition that keeps track of, is stuff being mined? Are units being killed? Are people producing things? And if it says no for a while, then it just implements the draw condition and the game's over. StarCraft Brood War does not have that. Artosis as buildings. This is it. Artosis' entire life right now is a science facility, a command center, a barracks, and a starport. And we're going to stare at each other. It's very boring. Until Artosis gets the Zerg player to leave. Because there is no draw condition. You can't get a draw. In a professional tournament, yeah, you can offer a draw condition, right? But here? No. Not on a ladder game. The Zerg player sits here, and Artosis sits here, and then that's it. That's the game. We stare at each other forever. That's a line from The Little Mermaid, a 1989 Disney movie from the golden era of Disney, where Scuttlebutt trying to explain how humans live their lives, and I think he says something along the lines of, everyone just sits around all day and stares at each other. It's very boring. So I don't know. This is it. I mean, I'm not like the most intelligent, experienced StarCraft expert in the world, but the only way that Artosis can win is if the Zerg player leaves, or if he lands the command center here, makes an SCV or two, rebuilds some stuff, kills these Hydras and these lurkers, and wins the game. It's impossible. You cannot do it. I got a ×2 from here, because unless something changes, we're staring at this at regular speed, and that's not exciting. So I don't know if Josh here, or if his name is even Josh. It's just JSH. If Josh here knows English at all. I mean, the thing is, even if you're a Korean player, you should know the names for the units, right? Right? Even if you don't speak English. ×2 win. APM is 175 for the Zerg player right now, which is hilarious. He is sending overlords to scout out and see what's going on out here. The biggest mistake. 1, making those mutas here. 2, not running these drones away when they were obviously getting massacred by the battle cruisers. That was every one of his remaining drones. He just let them die. It's not like they died immediately. They were under attack. He could have run, especially the guys on gas, could have run. Or actually, were there guys on gas? I don't know. Point is, he could have tried to run the drones. Would they have been Yamato'd? Maybe. But he doesn't even give it a shot at all. He's got one overlord for every floating building that Artosis is floating out here. That's fun. It's like, hey, what's up, man? Did he never get overlord speed? Does he really have slow overlords at 54 minutes? What a Chad. I cannot believe he never bothered with that upgrade. Wow. Wow. So, I don't know. Like, how did this look on Artosis' stream? Was he just like, he doesn't have an APM. He's just probably talking with his chat. They're going bananas. They're throwing out Brian TTS's left and right. I do have TTS on my stream as well. Just a heads up if you want to do that. But let's keep it more family friendly than it is on Artosis' stream, please. You can annoy me. If you want to do like 2,700 L's in a row, go for it. But let's not turn it into an exact carbon copy of Artosis' stream, because that's not fun. Nobody wants that. Artosis' stream is a unique experience where if you rate it, you get told that you are apologized to for the things that you will see and hear. Right? We don't need 2 of those. 1 is fine. Anyway, it's a something time. Blah. I'm a little bit under the weather. Not sure if you can tell, but my throat's a little bit sore. I'm a little bit congested. Hopefully I'll be better tomorrow, but you think casting 4 hours of StarCraft and then another hour of StarCraft after that is a good way to get yourself better? No, I don't think so. Yeah, Armand Tipo said, stay to the end, so I'm staying to the end. I'm not calling this a draw because that's what it is. You can't reach this with Plague. If you could win this. But as I always say, Terran, this is an amazing advantage that Terran has, right? The ability to float your buildings and force a draw from an utterly unsalvageable position. Zerg players and Protoss players only wish they could have this kind of ability. APM's down to 0 from our Zerg player now. 2. These overlords are hanging out. It is a regular old time here. What happens? There's nothing he can do. The only thing Artosis can do is hope that Josh has walked away from his keyboard, floats the command center. Man, I don't know. There's hydras covering this whole area. Floats it down this right side, right? Floats it all the way down this right side. Lands it here. Makes a couple SCVs. Makes some stuff. Goes over here, kills these buildings because Josh walked away from the keyboard. That's it. That's the only way I can see this turning out any other way than it's a draw. Or the Zerg player leaves, or Artosis decides to give him the win. Which he could also do. Where are you from? He asks. Are you Korean? Are you in Peru? Like, oh, hang on. We're moving the buildings. Something's happening here in a minute and 2 seconds, everybody. Put on your spectacles. He's like, okay, what do we see? There's a Hydralisk here. Come on, bring the command center. Do it. He's like, wait, so... Okay, we just tested that. It'll only attack the first thing. Can we sneak our battle cruiser down here? Josh is not paying attention. Terrans, man. Up. Or this. Or he builds 2 Marines with his barracks that he snuck down this right side. 3 Marines. 3 Marines. Wait, 5 Marines. He did have more money than I thought. Okay. So he makes 3 Marines. Repositions the barracks. Makes some more Marines. Dude, Zerg player is AFK. Zerg player is like, I'm going to go make a sandwich. 4 Marines on the move out. Very, do not attack anything. Do not attack anything. Do not tell the Zerg player they're under attack. Don't do it. I know A moving will do that, but seriously. Oh, gosh. Finds. Okay. Yes. Okay. The Zerg player is gone. He's gone. If he was at his keyboard, he would know what's happening right now. And he would chase these guys down and kill them. But he's not. He's totally walked away. And that's it. Unless the Zerg player figures out what's going on and comes back. Okay, 1 building down, hatch down, extractor down. All we have is a hatch. There's a whole sunken you got to deal with, though, so that sucks. Hold on a second. How do you kill that sunken with your 4 Marines? They are stim Marines. They have 3-3. I think 4 Marines that have stim and range and 3-3 can take down a sunken. Oh, okay, he goes for it. Loses a Marine. Loses another Marine. Loses another Marine, gets the sunken, 1 Marine remaining. No! Zerg player, come back! Come back! Go to ×2 speed because either the Zerg player comes back and he wins, or forces the draw, or Artosis with 1 Marine is going to win this game through the sheer power of walking away from the computer by Josh. Unhinged game. I have never seen a Zerg player, I've never seen anybody in this position straight up walk away from their PC, go take a shower, and let the Terran player do whatever they want for the rest of the game. At the very least, if you're doing this, you're sitting at your PC, or you have the speakers turned up, so if you're in the other room, you can hear if your stuff is under attack. But he's just giving the win to Artosis. Marine guy can't afford to stim. He needs all the HP available. So he's killing this hatchery extremely slowly, but the man will get there. All right, hatch down, man down. You're kind of spoiled for choice here, but I guess he made another Marine. Okay, he made another Marine. Now he's out of money. Now he has not enough money to make anything. 2 Marines and a dream. Okay, at least this will make the building deaths go faster. Can you imagine the absolute anxiety of this moment in regular speed where you're like, please don't come back. Please don't come back. Please don't come back to the computer. Don't come back to the computer, because if he does, then he sends some Hydras down, these Marines die, and then it's a draw. It's like, shoot faster, you yell at the Marines. Yeah, I bet Artosis' chat was going absolutely bonkers here. Ugh, what a game. What a game for 2025. StarCraft Brood War, man. Still amazing. Still amazing. Giving us moments like this. We're definitely ×2 speeding it now. Maybe a ×4 speed. If that APM spikes up at all, I will go back down to regular speed, but I think this is it. This is our conclusion, folks. I think this is our thumbnail too, honestly. This is it. That's our thumbnail. Stutter stepping around the Queen's Nest. Regular speed. Bam! Josh is eliminated. And Artosis is our winner. Artosis pulls this game out of his butt, man. He had it at the very best. He had an infinite draw here. What happens in Brood War if neither player leaves the game forever? What happens? I don't even know. It's a battle of wills at that point, right? Someone has to leave the game because you want to play more games, right? You're not getting ladder points if you're sitting in a game that's still going. Anyway, yeah, man, he snuck a barracks down here, made some Marines, and our Zergy was just out of the office. He was out to lunch. He went to go get a sandwich. And when he came back, boy, was he surprised at what he sees here. He assumed the Terran didn't have any money. For one, obviously, or I think he would have stuck around. Wow. Wow. What a high IQ play there, too. I don't think I even considered that, duh. He has a barracks. He has money. He has supply. He can just make some Marines. That's a lot faster than floating the command center somewhere, landing it, mining some stuff, building some supply depots, building some barracks, and then making Marines, obviously. So, that's it. Check out Artosis' Twitch stream. Check out his YouTube channel. Both great places to be. And Artosis, thanks again for sending in the replay. That was absolutely bonkers. So fun. And thanks for Tipo for recommending it too. Look, man, if you're one of my subs and you watch Artosis too and you want me to cast one of his games, let me know in the Discord server. Give me a ping. Give me a comment on a YouTube video. I read those too. Do those things. Let me know. And Artosis is happy to send me the replays if he has them, as he was here. There's another amazing Artosis game, a PvT, that I posted late last year. I can't remember who the other player was, but again, if you want that one, leave me a comment asking for that too. Be specific what you ask about, because sometimes I say things in casts, and I'm like, ask me about this game, and then you're like, can I get the game you talked about? And I'm like, okay, but I don't know what I was talking about. Can you be more specific? And then if you can, it'd be great. So GG. Artosis. Valks comes through at the end. 301,000 points and 318,000 points in favor of the Zerg. APM numbers are a bit misleading because they both had no APM at the end of the game, outproducing the Terran player, getting out-killed by the Terran player, lost, out-losing, razed buildings. Every building in the game except for 4 died, and the outspend was pretty good, honestly. For this game ending at 40 minutes, to have a 22,000 resource outspend, that is not bad. That is not bad at all. So that's a GG. That is a fantastic showing of how to play TVC from Artosis and how to take advantage of your opponent kind of just bailing after a draw. So GG, that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Blue Sky, TikTok, and Instagram, all at /Falcon Paladin or at Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.